All right, guys, it's time to rant. Before I get into all this, please know that these are my opinions, and if you don't agree with them, I don't care. It's time for a rant. Batman v Superman. Let's talk about this. What happened? Before we get into Batman v Superman, let me just tell you that Man of Steel is my favorite comic book movie of all time. Yes, I said that. I like it more than The Dark Knight. I love The Dark Knight, don't get me wrong. I love it more than all of Nolan's Batman films. And before we even get into that, I'm not even a big Superman fan. I never liked the original Superman movies. Even growing up, I thought they were corny. Um, Superman Returns was a flaming pile of crap, and I've never really even liked the Superman character. So for Man of Steel to be my favorite comic book movie, I feel like it's a comic book masterpiece. The work, the craftsmanship that they put into that film was unprecedented, in my opinion. The score was fantastic. The flow of the movie was great. The themes in the movie were terrific. I mean, those of you that hate Man of Steel, I don't understand. I don't even understand why. I mean, I can't understand why. But Batman v Superman, my God, they had 3 years to make this movie. What the hell happened? So I'm going to talk about all the things I didn't like in Man of Steel, and at the end I'll talk about the things that I did like in it. But mostly I was very, very disappointed. Now I know there are already 5,000 videos on YouTube about this. So for the 5 of you that watch this, thank you. I appreciate it. Thumbs up. I know I might get a lot of thumbs downs on this video, and that's fine. Whatever. I don't care anymore. All right, let's talk about Man of Steel. And I'm going to be comparing this. Oh, and by the way, there's going to be tons of spoilers in this video. So if you haven't seen Man of Steel or Batman v Superman, get the hell out of here. So I'm going to be comparing Batman v Superman to Man of Steel. Because I have to. Before we talk about Man of Steel, let's talk about Zack Snyder. I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. I love 300. I loved Watchmen. I love Man of Steel. Even the Legends of Ga'Hoole, the Guardians movie, was decent. I love the guy's visuals. I love, everybody talks about Zack Snyder not being a good storyteller. 300 had a great story. Watchmen was like straight off the comic books. Like, it was great. So I don't buy that argument when people say that. And like people are saying that about Batman v Superman, that Zack Snyder's not a good storyteller, that the visuals were great. Well, he's told good stories in the past. So I don't buy that as a excuse. But once again, before we even get into the movie, the trailer for these films ruins everything. Like, they leave nothing to be surprised about. I mean, going into this movie, I already knew the whole movie. Like, it's ridiculous. I am so tired of them doing this crap. I mean, I don't understand it. But, I went into it and I was like, I'm hoping that there'll be a lot of things that I didn't know. No, you know the whole movie. So, yeah, if you saw the trailer and you haven't seen the film yet, I'm sorry. But you've seen the whole movie already. And secondly, let's just get into the film. The first 20 to 30 minutes were fantastic. It picks up right after Man of Steel. You see Ben Affleck going in as Bruce Wayne, and you see the destruction, the thing that everyone complained about Man of Steel. You see it in this movie. You see the consequences of it, and you understand right away why Bruce Wayne and Batman is mad at Superman. And you understand 100%. Perfectly done. Fantastic. Soon as that's over, here we go. They do one of the things that I absolutely hate in movies, 18 months later. What the hell? 18 months later, you're telling me a year and a half goes by and we don't know what happened in that time. So Bruce Wayne sees all this destruction and everything, gets pissed off, and then he goes and sits on his ass for 18 months? Like, what the hell sense does that make? Why did they do that? I hate when they do that. Maybe he was in his bat cave pulling the tire, trying to get all buff so we could go whoop Superman's ass. I don't know, but so we're 18 months later. We see Batman's having, a struggle within himself. He has a few dream sequences in this film, which, I mean, to me, were like, I thought the Mad Max dream sequence was cool looking, but it made no sense. There was these flying, flapping bat monkeys that looked like the freaking monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. Like, what in the hell is going on? Like, what is this? I thought the dream sequences, I didn't get them. Maybe I am gonna go see the film once more. I've only seen it once. These are my initial thoughts, but I'm gonna go see it again. But yeah, I hated that. Once again, we have terrible, terrible villains in this movie. Man of Steel was fantastic because Zod was a great villain. He had a reason for what he was doing. He believed in what he was doing. I mean, it was understandable for him to be doing what he was doing. He was trying to save the planet he's from and resurrect his people. And even though it might have not been the right way to do it, you understood why he was who he was. Why is Lex Luthor bad? Okay, first of all, Jesse Eisenberg, I hated his Lex Luthor. Now, let me say that I've never liked a Lex Luthor in any of the Superman movies. In the comic books and in the animated series and stuff like that, he's, a cool character. In the movies, he's never been, I've never liked him. I didn't like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. The movies from 1970, whatever, are whatever. I mean, they're okay, but I kind of gave him a pass in this film because he states that he's, basically Lex Luthor's son, and his name's Alexander Luthor. So it kind of, makes sense that maybe he's a little kooky or weird or who knows, but we don't know why he's that way. And, his motivations are he hates Batman or he hates Superman. For what reason? We don't know. So he was a stupid villain. And then, yeah, Doomsday. What another idiotic villain. He's a big monster. He has to kill everyone because he's a big monster. Why? Because he's a monster. That's why. I mean, it's so stupid. Like, there's no motivations. The way they made Doomsday was stupid. I mean, maybe this director's cut that Zack Snyder's supposed to come out with will explain a lot more since they cut out 30 minutes of the film. But it made no sense. He goes into this pool of iced tea and puts freaking Zod's body in it and cuts his hand and puts blood on his mouth, and all of a sudden that creates Doomsday. Like, it makes no sense. And then Doomsday comes out, of course, he's just a big dumb beast that wants to just kill everybody and everything. What was Lex Luthor's plan? Let Doomsday kill Superman and Batman and then destroy the whole world? Like, was that his plan? Like, did he want to die with everyone else? Oh, God. And then, I have so many things that I didn't like about this film. Like, why did Wonder Woman discover the Justice League? Batman is supposed to be the greatest detective that's ever lived, okay? But yet, I guess he basically did discover, I don't even know, but somehow she gets an email from Batman, and opens it up, and there's little file folders for each one of the Justice League, and she clicks on them, and that's supposed to be your big cameo for the Justice League. And you see Aquaman floating in water with his hair flowing, and he shoots his trident, and you're like, okay, that was dumb. And then you see Cyborg on this, machine, and okay. The only cool cameo was the Flash, and even that was like out there, it was like, I guess he's a time traveler and all this. We're getting so like, I loved Man of Steel because it was like cut and dry. There was none of this fantastical crap, you know, time travel and dream sequences and all this other garbage. Oh man, then Lois Lane in this movie, she's so stupid. Like she's, she puts herself in these stupid situations where she knows she's gonna, could die because she knows, oh, he'll come save me. I gotta turn the fan on. I'm sweating already. And so she goes, to Africa or something and gets herself in this bad situation. Superman saves her, and then he gets blamed for killing all these people, right? Except all these people died by machine gun fire. Okay. Would Superman shoot people with a machine gun? That's so stupid. Okay, so that was dumb. Like, why would he be blamed for that? Like, that's just retarded. And then Lois Lane at the end of the movie, Batman has this kryptonite spear so he can, fight and kill Superman, right? And, they end up not killing each other, which was another stupid thing. Batman is whipping Superman's ass, which, okay, it's hard for me to believe because, Superman takes a nuclear bomb to his face in outer space, okay? And his skin kind of wrinkles, and then it comes back on, and he flies back to Earth. And you're going to tell me Batman with some mech suit is going to whip his ass? Come on, dude. Come on. But anyway, then Lois Lane takes the spear and throws it in a pool of water. What? Like, what? So idiotic. And then realizes that was dumb and jumps in the water to get the spear. And then Superman has to come save her dumb ass again. And, in the water, she almost drowns. He almost dies because he's grabbing kryptonite in the freaking water, about to drown to death. I mean, what the hell? Oh my God, dude. And then to cap it all off, they waste one of the coolest stories in comic book history, okay? One of the few I wasn't into comics that much when I was in high school. I collected some when I was like in junior high, but I collected mostly like Spawn and like some of the comic books that were really violent. I watched X-Men, the cartoon, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff like that, but I never really collected the comic books. So, but the one comic book / graphic novel, whatever you want to call it, that everyone remembers was the death of Superman. Everyone remembers that. I mean, it was like a year-long build-up in the books, and then in the comic books, Doomsday wipes out everyone, and Superman sacrifices himself, kills Doomsday. They kill each other with their last blow, and they're both dead. And then there was a big storyline about him being resurrected and all these weird Superman coming in and all this. They waste this storyline at the end of this movie. That could have been a whole separate movie. Like, what in the hell? Doomsday did not even need to be in this movie at all. Batman v Superman was enough to get people to go watch this movie. Then they could have developed the story of the fight more. They could have developed the story of the motivations behind the fight, even with Lex Luthor's dumbass in the back. They could have, spent so much more quality time on the movie, making it a good film, instead of trying to cram all this shit into this movie. All these villains and all these characters. You got Bruce Wayne and Batman, Clark Kent and Superman, Lois Lane, all the Justice League people, Wonder Woman. And then Doomsday, Lex Luthor, all the bad guys. Come on, man. Like, really? Were they that desperate to try to go against Marvel and the Avengers? I mean, I hate to say it, but Marvel is doing such a better job, and I hate saying that. Like, it pains me to say that I didn't like this movie, because for 3 years, I had a picture of Batman v Superman on my desktop at work that I stared at every day, waiting for this film to come out. And this is what we got? This is what we got? The only good parts of this movie is Batman, which I understand because Ben Affleck controlled that. So he did a great job as Bruce Wayne. He did a great job as Batman. Batman, now the action scenes with Batman are freaking awesome. That alone is worth the ticket to go pay and see this movie. But I just wanted so much more out of this film. I'm so passionate about this. I'm sorry, but you know, I was so passionate about this film. I just can't believe what we got. I really can't. So many stupid things. Another thing, they're fighting, right? Batman and Superman are beating each other up. Now, why does Superman want to fight Batman? Because Lex Luthor kidnaps his mom. Okay, first of all, they're standing on a roof and Lex Luthor says, I got your mom. Now go fight Batman. Superman in Man of Steel, when Zod threatened his mom, Superman Hulk smashed his ass. Like, he raged out and was like, you wanna mess with my mother? And then Lex Luthor says, I got your mom kidnapped. I'm going to kill her in an hour if you don't kill Batman. And Superman's just like, all right. Just flies off, you know, like, I'm going to go fight Batman now. He would have reached up and flicked Lex Luthor's head off of his body, flew into that building and got his mom. Don't play games with me. Don't play games with my heart. God. And then so Batman and Superman are fighting, and Batman is stepping on Superman's throat, about to kill him. And he says, there's time to save Martha. And then all of a sudden Batman's like, huh? What name did you say? Martha? Well, that's the name of my mom too. Get up here, buddy. Come on, man. Let's go take care of Doomsday. Let's go save the day. Oh, God. I just don't know what else to say. I mean, I want to go see it again, and you guys in the comments, please, let me help me understand this movie better and help me to enjoy it, because man, I don't know. Oh man, let's see here. Already talked about that. Oh, okay, and the last but not least, the movie's been out for 1 weekend now. And now they release a deleted scene. Warner Brothers releases a deleted scene to try to help explain this mess of a movie. I mean, if that doesn't say right there, they screwed up. They're waving the white flag like, sorry, we fucked this up. And I don't blame this on Zack Snyder at all. I really don't. I blame this on the studio, because he told a great story with Man of Steel. I mean, a fantastic story. I love that movie. I watched that movie the hours before I went to see Batman v Superman. I've seen Man of Steel probably 5 or 6 times. Every time I see it, I like it more and more. I find something else that I like about it. The amount of craftsmanship that went into that movie, all the scenes on Krypton, the architecture, they created their own language for that. If you watch the special features on Man of Steel, you'll be blown away by the amount of work that went into that film. This movie feels like it was made in 20 minutes. I mean, it's such a jumbled mess. It feels like they spent no time on this, and they had 3 years. So I don't understand who wrote this film. I know Ben Affleck brought in a writer, and I'm sure that guy helped him write all the scenes for Batman. But the rest of the movie, he's like, I don't give a shit about the rest of that movie. So anyway, guys, that's my rant. Let me go into the things I did like about the film, which is a very short list. Like I said, the first 20 to 30 minutes are great. I thought Wonder Woman was cool. She was serviceable. I mean, she didn't really have any outstanding acting parts, but, she didn't have a lot of dialogue. But I felt like the scenes she was in was cool. The theater actually clapped, and some people stood up when she, comes in to the movie, which you'll see if you've seen it. Or, I thought the action scenes were shot really well. The fighting was brutal and badass. I mean, Ben Affleck kicked ass as Batman. Don't get me wrong. I loved him. I loved him as Bruce Wayne as well. Now, I've heard a lot of people saying this is the best version of Batman and Bruce Wayne we've ever seen on screen. I can't go that far yet because, I mean, truthfully, he was only in half of the movie, and it's one movie. So once he comes out with his solo film and things like this, and he still does this great job, then yeah, I could probably say that too. But for now, Christian Bale is still a badass Batman in my eyes. The film looks great. I mean, like that goes hand in hand with the action scenes and stuff being great. And I thought it was cool. It was cool. Batman kicked Superman's ass when they were fighting. That was cool. I didn't expect that, honestly. I thought that Batman would, I figured it would be like a stalemate, but really it wasn't. Like, Batman kicked Superman's ass. I mean, that's how it went down. I figured it would be, back and forth, and then they, slap hands and, I don't know, hug it out or something. But anyway, I thought it was cool, and I applaud them for taking a chance and going for it, with killing Superman. But another thing I forgot to say in my rant. So they kill Superman, and you're supposed to feel bad about it, right? And you're feeling bad about it. You're feeling down. You're like, damn, they just killed Superman. Whoa, wait. Wait for that last scene in the movie, and you see some dirt come up on his coffin. Like, what the hell, man? You kill him, and then just to bring him right back? That's so stupid. Imagine in Man of Steel if Superman snapped Zod's neck, right? And then Zod's dead, right? And then you save the family, great, yeah, that's in the movie. And then the very last scene of the movie, you see Zod, come back to life. The whole point of all that was the emotion, feel the emotion. Everyone in the theater was like, oh my God, Superman just died. Like, wow, that is crazy. Like, whoa. Now, we all knew by the time Justice League rolls around, he's going to come back at some point. But you couldn't even wait to the next movie? You got to do it in this film? You got to kill him and bring him back in the same movie? God bless. Oh, man, I'm about to go take my blood pressure. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. What's your problem? All the destruction you caused. You killed everyone in Metropolis. Throat to the neck. Martha. What'd you say, Martha? Let's go. Whee! Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. 22-minute rant. Please forgive me. Those are my initial thoughts. I'm just so disappointed by this film. I had to make this video. Like I said, there's 500 videos on YouTube about this already. And for those of you who watched it, thank you. Who stuck in to the very end, thank you. And down in the comments, let me know, what did you think about Batman v Superman? Maybe, let me know, what did I get wrong? Did I miss something, or am I an idiot? Call me an idiot. I don't care. I was so passionate about this film, and I thought it was going to be so fantastic, and it just went off the rails big time. And I don't get it. I don't get it. So there you go, guys. That's my rant. Maybe I'll start doing some more rant videos. They're kind of fun. And just recently, I've had a few topics that I felt like I should rant about. Like just today, actually, I thought of something else. But let me know. Do you like these rant videos? You want me to get crunk on some stuff? Let me know, because I feel like it's needed. So, all right, guys. Up and away.